cover starts shaking very rigorously. This rock falls down. Lift my head and I can see a figure. So all we saw was a shadow figure. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So a small update before about the channel before we start this story time video. The skits which I used to make are not kind of giving me the reach I need. So I'm moving those to another channel and we'll continue that there so that I can use this channel to do whatever shit I want. And the link is in the description. Go subscribe, watch it there. So now today we'll be doing a story time video. This is real stories, real paranormal activities which I have experienced in this very building where I stay right now, where I've stayed almost all my life. So 22 years of my life. So, and this happened probably the last experience I had in this building was like 8 years ago. 2011, 8 years ago. So the first ever experience in this building. I because I live here, I can use the pictures of the building. So I'll put the pictures everywhere, wherever I'll edit it, and I'll show you what I saw. And I know most of them won't believe in paranormal activities, won't believe in ghosts. It's up to you. But this is what I saw. This is what I believe. Okay, so first story. This was when I was in the 7th grade, or rather, I had just finished my 7th grade. So my summer vacations were going on. So remember this point very clearly. It was summertime, and there were many kids in the building back then. So we all were playing hide and seek downstairs when it was around 10:30 in the night. So there are two gates to the building. One small gate in the front, one small gate behind. And now the seeker is counting right next to the gate in the front, and I've hid at the wall right behind the back gate. So he found me, and now I was walking through this passage from the back gate to the front gate, and we have space to park vehicles inside the building right there in this passage. So while I was walking past this, as soon as I entered the gate, I must have taken like 10 steps, and there's a scooty parked right behind, right next to the gate. It was covered, and this is summertime, and now this cover starts shaking very rigorously. So I turned to see what it is. I thought it's like a cat or something inside the scooty, inside the cover. It started shaking, and I'm standing there, a tiny me standing there looking at this in a shock. And then all of a sudden, and there's a meter box right next to the scooty. So, and we used to get these physical bills back in the day. Now I don't think people get them. What the electricity guys used to do was they used to stack the bills and keep a rock on top of it so that it doesn't vanish or fly off. So as I'm looking at this cover shake, this rock falls down. I shat my pants. I ran out of there. Most of the people were already found by then. So I come out. I'm sweating like anything. I tell my friends this happened. And as I was telling them, everyone's parents started calling them from the balconies, and everyone didn't care about it much, and everyone went back to their homes. I also ran back to my home, which is on the 2nd floor. Now, after this experience, I've got really high fever for the next whole week. So probably this happened around Friday, and till the next Friday I had very high fever because of this experience. And now it's the next Friday, my fever has gone down a little, and my mother wanted me to get out of the house a bit, so she told we'll go to this mall nearby. I was like, okay, we'll go. So me, my mother and my sister, we went to this mall, we had fun, blah 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 blah, enjoyed the arcade, whatever, came back. Now as we are back, as we reached right near the building, my sister's friend used to live in the building next to our building. So she told us she's going to meet her, and she left. We were like, okay, and we came to our building. My mother told me that she's gonna sit down here for a bit. Down there's space to sit down, which this space here, what is in the picture. She was sitting there. She was like, "You go home. I'll come back. I'll come in probably 10 minutes. I'll just rest a bit here and I'll come home." I was like, "Okay." So she's sitting there. This passage till the gate. I just walked this passage, and I'm standing. I stood right next to the gate, right where the gate is. I lift my head and I can see a figure sitting on the last step, like this, or rather like this. It's a female figure. She's wearing something white, obviously. She's wearing something white. Her hair were falling on her face, and she was bleeding. Her whole face was bleeding. She was not looking at me. She is not made. I have not made any eye contact with her. But this is how she was sitting, right near the stair. I see this. I shit my pants. I run back, and this run is not even that far. I run. It's like 2 steps, and I reach to my mom. I ran back. I told my mom there's someone there, sitting right there. My mom got up and she was like, nothing is there. She came and nothing was there. And again, went back home. I got fever for the next whole week again. And after this, I never had any more, or rather, after this, what happened was one of our neighbors told my mom to take me to this dargah nearby, and they got me a lock taviz. And after that, I didn't really have any other such experiences, but this had shook me to such an extent that past 9 p.m. I used to not get out of my house. If my father used to tell me to go get something from downstairs, I used to not go. I used to tell him time बहुत खराब है, अभी नहीं जाना, 9 बज गए, 9 के बाद नहीं जाना. So this is how it was for a very long time after this experience. And then this is done. I don't get any of these. I used to not get any of these experiences after putting on this taviz. I don't know how that works, but yeah. And then these were the 2 experiences. And then the third one was in my school, which is right here in the compound where I stay. So my father is a government officer. So we stay in a government quarters. So this is a government quarters building, and everything is happening here, and my school is right near the gate, main entrance of the quarters. So now this was probably when I was in like 9th grade. My school function was going on, the school day, and then I used to volunteer and help my art teacher with all the props and helping him in painting the props, the trees, and blah 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 blah. So he told me at around 10ish in the night to go get paintbrushes from the resource room. So for you guys to imagine this, my school was in a square shape with as soon as you enter the main entrance of the school building, there's a big tree in the middle, and there are classrooms all across. So right opposite to the main entrance, there are 2 rooms. The left one is the computer lab, and the right one is the resource room. So now come down from the 2nd floor, I go to the resource room, and the resource room is in a L shape. So, and the lights are off in the resource room, and I was too lazy to turn on the lights. I just had to pick up the paintbrushes and leave. It's like a 2-second job. So I didn't turn on the lights, and there was like a street light kind of thing right behind the school. So the glare was falling onto the window. So the room was like lit enough for me to see what's where. So I enter this room, I take the right, and at the end of the right wall, there's a table, and the paintbrushes are at the end of the table. So I climb on the chair, I grab the brushes, and as I'm doing this, I heard a thud sound towards my left side, back left. As I'm on the table, I turn, and I see this hand on the window, which is just there. One hand not moving, it's not doing any natak, it's just there. I was like, what is this? Who is this? I looked at it for like 10 seconds, not moving, nothing. Now I got a little scared because I've already had so many experiences in the past. Now I looked at it for 10 seconds and again I got scared. So I dropped the pen brushes and I got out of the room and I just ran. I didn't go to the art teacher. I didn't go out near the stage area. I just ran back home. My art teacher has not got his brushes. I don't know what he did after that, or rather he has come and got the brushes. I don't know what. I go back home. I've come back home. I've not told my mom anything. Came and I've slept, and nothing happened to me after this. And I don't know whose hand that was. It was a ghost or it was a person, because I don't believe it was a person, because the back wall of the school there was a fence going across the back wall of the school, so nobody could go behind, because there was a government office right behind the school, and even the government office's back wall was fenced, so nobody can come in this area, and there were gates to enter the area, but the gates were locked, so nobody can enter this area. So I was a bit shocked that who was there, and at the school day time also, nobody will obviously be allowed, it will all be locked up. So I got scared. And my school also has that past of being built on a graveyard, like all of the schools. So this happened. This was the third experience. Now the fourth experience happened few years after this experience, when I was in the 11th grade, and this is the last experience. So me and someone was there with me during this experience. So me and my friend Manoj, we were on the terrace. So for you guys, my terrace opening, this is how my terrace opening looks. One small square like a hole in the roof. Small square, and there's a ladder to climb onto it. So me and my friend Manoj are on the terrace at 11 in the night. We're just chilling, hanging around, and then we decide to click some pictures. So now Manoj is standing right in middle of the terrace, and I am sitting in between these two tanks. I'm sitting and Manoj is clicking my pictures. He has clicked probably 4-5 pictures, and I can see the entrance of the terrace to my right, and it's right next to Manoj on towards his left. So now he's clicked 4-5 pictures, and we both come. Manoj has walked a little towards me, I've walked a little towards Manoj, and now we are in between the tank and the center point of the building. And he passes me my phone, and I'm going through my pictures. As I'm going through my pictures, I feel like I see something in my peripheral vision, and I feel like even Manoj got the same thing, and we both together turned towards the entrance of the terrace, and all we saw was a shadow figure. I don't know if Manoj, even he probably saw it. A shadow figure just peeped up to us, see what we are doing, and went down. This is what we saw, and this was like it's probably like 2-3 milliseconds. So just turned, there's a peep, and down. Okay, now we were wondering what is this, and right as this happened, we were like, oh fuck, what is this? We ran to the entrance, and Manoj was holding my phone at this time, and as we are looking down, there's no lights downstairs, nobody's turned on their main door lights, so there's nothing, we can't see anything. And I'm telling Manoj to turn on the flashlight on the phone, and he had my phone in his hand, and he didn't have his phone on him at that time. So he's struggling to turn on the flashlight because he didn't know from where to turn it on my phone. So then after like a minute, I take the phone from him, I turn on the flashlight, I put it around, I see downstairs, couldn't see anything. So the first thought we had after this was, and it didn't even look like a person, but still the first thought we had was it was probably Manoj's brother, who was on ground floor in their house. We thought that probably he has come up, sneaked up to us, and he saw what we were doing, and he's gone back to scare us, or probably whatever, because we used to play some pranks like this when we were kids. We still do. So this happened, and then we called him to ask him if he was there, he did this or what. And he was like, no, I was at home, I'm here from past 2 hours, I'm studying. We were like, okay. We believed him. We cut the call and we were wondering what just happened. After this, after this, we both went back home. We were like, let's just go back home. I don't know what's happening in this building. He goes to his home. As soon as you get down the terrace entrance, my main door is right in front, like 2 feet. I enter my house, I turn on my main light, and he goes down. And after this experience, I've not experienced anything else in this building until now in the past 8 years. Yeah, we have heard few sounds here and there, few knocks here and there. I've heard few knocks. My dad has heard few knocks. So when my dad is alone in the house, he sometimes feels like someone is hitting the latch of the main door. It's happened like 4 5 times to him. And once, a few years back, when I was scrolling through my phone at 3 a.m. in the night, I felt like someone knocked on the main door, and I was sitting in the living room. This happened. I didn't feel like opening the door. I was like, yeah, probably something. Now at this point, I know that this building has something in it. So I didn't care much. I was like, okay, I should just sleep. Slept. This happened. So after this, I don't think nothing else has happened. Right now, though, I come back at 3 in the night, 4 in the night, 4 in the morning, from a party or from a friend's place after chilling with them. But at that time also, I walked through the same parking lot, I walked through the same staircase, but my bike is parked right next to where this figure, where I saw this figure. But still, I have not felt any such presence in this building until now. After this shadow figure on the terrace. So these were my 4 paranormal experiences of my life. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, and if you want even more such story time videos, please let me know in the comments. For now, bye.